Hello, and welcome back to Avowed. Picking up right where we left off in camp, because we need to talk to Kai and get some of his, you know how it is with games that have camps and companions. But first, before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about some build-related things and some sort of decisions I'm leaning towards. Right now, I'm either going to go full wizard, wand, book, all of that, or because there is a new weapon category they have introduced in the game, I'm thinking of something that is still going to be very wizard. Well, think less. There's wizards and there's like sorcerers, and there's druids and we have all these archetypes for magic users, and the new weapon that they've introduced is the quarterstaff, which has, as far as I know, I haven't found one, but as far as I know, it has both melee and magical implications, which I think would be handy for the times where I find myself switching between my magic, like my spells that I have, and another weapon type, whether it's the gun, or if I were to have a melee setup like I did before. Excuse me. So I think that could be interesting. It feels like that sort of build, like I haven't seen loads talking about it yet, but I feel like it could be interesting to play with. So it's going to come down to what feels cool and satisfying to play and what gear I come across. It's like I haven't found a quarterstaff yet. I would like to, and I know that there are, as with all of the weapons, there are common and unique ones, and I know the common ones don't have enchantments, as it is with all of these other weapons. Like if I had just like a regular sword, it wouldn't have this enchantment on it. And I want to see how that feels. So here's hoping we find a quarterstaff during the stream. Another thing that has that I've been thinking about is how I can simplify the gear situation. So I grabbed this out of my storage chest. I forgot I had this left over from the last fight. We'll stick with medium armor for now. If I go more wizard, I'm gonna want light armor, but we'll stick with medium for now until things get hammered out. And there's a way I can kind of give myself a leg up without having to mess with my unique weapons that I have necessarily. And that is going to involve some of these other items that I've picked up. I'm basically going to sell off a lot of these like these amulets and trinkets, and some of the leg and armor that I have, because we're gonna get duplicates. I did a little looking around in a different save to sort of see how they handled the duplication, and as far as I can tell, they literally just give you a second one, and some of these are worth a lot of money. So what I'm gonna do, what the plan is here first before we do anything else, is I'm gonna go and sell a bunch of stuff so that I can buy some gear the next quality level up. Let's look at I can't remember if I showed how the upgrades. No, I didn't. Okay. So, every weapon and armor, whether it's common or unique, has, fits into this upgrade system. And to upgrade them, you need these plants that are going to change as we, level up. You need to gather certain plants and have enough wood or metal or leather, whatever it is you're trying to do, and, The reason that it's important for us to get as quickly as we can some fine quality stuff is that the quality of what you have on you, what you're wearing or carrying around, determines the quality of things you find. Now, it's not automatic. The only thing it's automatic with unique things. So unique armor and weapons. If you have a fine quality um, armor or weapon on you, then uniques will start spawning in fine quality. And the reason I want to do that is because we're going to do a lot of breaking things down. Because that's a big part of the gear economy in this game, is that, you know, I'm going to have a little more flexibility because this is a new game plus, but if it wasn't, and it's still going to be, like, I'm still going to have to pay attention, but if it wasn't a new game plus, I would be, basically, if as a loot goblin sort of player, you can't really, on your first playthrough, collect everything, unless you want to really struggle or potentially be underleveled, because so much of your damage and survivability is gear-based as opposed to stat-based. It's really something you really have to pay attention to, and part of that, so you see, the gear that I brought with me from my original playthrough is largely fighter stuff, because that's what I was doing. So anytime I got a wand, because I knew I wasn't going to be a wizard, or a bow, I broke it down pretty quickly, because we need some materials that we're going to start coming across later, and you find them out in the world, but they don't respawn once you've taken them, and so there is a finite amount, and so a way to get around that, and to make your life easier, is breaking down gear. I'm not going to break down the stuff I have now, because the goal is to find those things in a finer quality, and either keep the finer quality one and keep upgrading that, or break it down for materials to upgrade what I want. So I'm going to hang on to all of this stuff for now. But anyway, that's a lot of menus and weapons and stuff. Oh, I also did a little cooking before the stream started, so just in case that was going to be boring. So I have some stuff to help get me through some fighting that we're going to do, because there's going to be a fair amount of that. We're going to be doing more fighting, more exploring, more learning about the situation that this town and this place is in, and maybe learn more about ourselves. But for the moment, we have a little conversation alert for Kai. So let's put our gun away and let's have a chat with our charming blue friend.
You know, for most people, getting sent to the Living Lands is a punishment. But, according to Cynric, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor of Adir himself. Quite a position.
I'm an accomplished scholar. I don't want to be hostile with is there a question in there, but I also don't want to be braggy. Let's go with is there a question.
Sorry. Most Adirans I've met don't appreciate bluntness. But I welcome the exception. So what's your story? Who are you that the Emperor sent you all the way out here?
The braggy thing is there again. I'm investigating the Dream Scourge.
Oh, that almost does sound like a punishment. I don't know how you investigate a so-called plague of the soul, so better you than me. Being a godlike, I don't suppose your patron deity gives you any unique insights into matters of the soul, do they?
I don't even know who they are.
I thought every godlike knew their god. That's one of the stranger things I've heard. And out here, that's saying something. Sorry. These are unusual times.
What do you mean?
I haven't met anyone who's really seen the Dream Scourge yet, but that hasn't stopped people from worrying about the rumors. Refugees are flooding in from outlying regions. The guards are restricting access to the city. And people are making offerings to the gods for everything from hangovers to indigestion, just in case. I like your confidence, Just be careful how you express it. Unfortunately, the presence of so many Adiran troops and the rumored exploits of the Steel Garrote paladins supporting them is only making a tense situation worse. I think that's why the Clavenger accompanied your ambassador.
I can understand the tension. Yeah.
Exactly. Paradise has been quiet lately, but I don't know how long that'll last. We're talking about an island that has been largely settled by nomads, exiles, and dissidents. People who tend to be suspicious of authority. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Besides your orders, of course.
I want to help. Serve at the Emperor's pleasure. Came for adventure. Something calls to me. I want to help.
Someone once told me you need more than a little crazy to last out here. I get the feeling you'll fit right in. I'll let you get some rest, but thanks for talking. It's good to be part of a squad again. Even if it's just for a while.
Okay.
We should be safe enough, but I'll take watch, just in case.
So when you have more companions and you go to camp, they have little conversations with each other, which is fun. That may or may not involve you. But yeah, we have camped. I've gotten all of this stuff in order for now. So I think we will just break camp and see what's up. Alright, so last time I sort of ran through to get to camp because I knew we were getting to the end of the stream and I wanted to get there, but I'm gonna head back into this area and then we're gonna head over here. We basically need to expand our this is our main quest goal here. And we're probably going to want to do that one sooner than later, because I'm not going to need, because this is a new game plus, I'm not going to need to, like, farm for experience or whatever. I'm not going to need to do a lot of things, so we can be we can have a little more target focus and all of that. The thing I did learn about New Game Plus is they have adjusted the enemy difficulty to accordingly. So I am gonna pick a few things off the I'm gonna spend a few of my skill points just to make my life a little easier. I'm gonna unlock 2 levels of this Arcane Veil spell, which is in my grimoire here. I want to do that because, so basically the way magic works is that if you've chosen a spell on your in your skill tree, you don't need the grimoire to perform it. But you can just cycle through different grimoires if you just need different spells. However, if you level up your skill, it does new things. And I only need to go to level 2 on Arcane Veil because having the grimoire lets you cast it a level higher than what you have unlocked. So most spells you'll never need to go above 2 unless it's a spell that you haven't found a grimoire for, or it's just a spell that you rely a lot on, and so you want to have it available. So that's why I did that. I'm also going to unlock Grimoire Mastery, because there are levels of spells that you can only, even if it's in a grimoire, if you don't have enough mastery, then you can't use it. So another one I want to boost a little bit. I don't have it in a grimoire now, is Grimoire Snap. You basically like, it sounds like you snap your Grimoire and it sort of stuns or knocks back enemies, which is very useful for squishy little wizards. I'm gonna do that, and I think I'm actually gonna put a few points in Grimoire Mastery just so if things come along. Ooh, okay, one spell. Another spell I want that I don't have in a Grimoire yet is Missile Salvo, which is really cool. It's kind of hard to explain, but when I use it, you'll see what it does. Basically, it puts like this orb up in the air that shoots out missiles at your enemies, and then when it's used however many missiles it has based on its level, the orb goes and hits an enemy if you have it. In this case, I'm going to put 2 points in because on rank 2, if any survivors remain after the final missile, the sphere smashes into the enemy with the highest health, dealing high stun. That's going to be very useful, especially while I'm still working out my build. I have Ring of Fire, which is a defense spell, and Bristling Frost, which is another one of these defense spells that also create status effects against your enemies who go into that area. Whoops. Let's see, what did I unlocked a little bit of food. I unlocked Evasive. I do think I want Shadowing Beyond so that if I'm in the middle of a fight and I'm just dying, I can disappear and heal for a little bit. I don't think I really want anything in the fighter tree just yet. There are going to be a couple I'll want. Like the kick will be useful. It's handy for getting people out of your face, but also if you've frozen them, and they've taken enough frost accumulation, if you kick them, a lot of times it'll shatter them, and that looks really cool. So that'll be worth getting eventually. I think that's probably all I need right now because I have my Grimoire spells, and I can now bind some of these to my quick action menu. So I'm going to put Shadowing Beyond there. I'm going to put oh, that's not what I wanted. I did figure out what that thing does. It summons skeletons to fight with you. I didn't mean to. I was trying to set it to the radial. Let me change out my trinket so that I don't accidentally do that again, because that's the trinket I have equipped, is the one that summons the skeletons. This one lets you breathe fire. This one helps you find more money. This one helps with poison accumulation, like, they do different things. Some of them are for summoning, some of them boost your stats, some of them do specific things like this one that lets you avoid damage from traps, which is super handy in a couple of specific instances. This is useful, the white key cameo, because you do end up reviving your allies. This summons crystal spiders. Oh, and speaking of spiders, I will be playing with arachnophobia mode turned on, because I am an arachnophobe. But I will say that the spiders in this game look more like crabs, so I was able to play it before they added the arachnophobia mode. I had to sort of look in the corner of the screen or whatever, but I could handle it, and that's from someone who has to, like, I can't play any of the Dragon Age games without mods that hide spiders or change the spiders to something else, because I just, like, there are a lot of other games like that. When I played Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order, I had to mod those as well. But anyway, so this just gives me a general damage boost. I think that's probably what I want to put on. I also want to switch out my rings, because I know that, let's see. Or did I do that before the stream started? I can't remember. Oh no, I do need to do that. Okay, Sigil of the Arcane is useful because it speeds up your casting ability and lowers the cost. I'm gonna take off this ranged weapon one because I think I want... Let's see. Power attacks. Frost and elemental accumulation is probably good for now. Slow essence is probably good. Does what it sounds like. It slowly recharges your essence over time. There's another ring that does that. Excuse me, with your health as well. And I'm going to be selling some of these shortly. Yeah, okay. So, sorry, skeleton friends. I didn't mean to summon you. Oh, they went away because I guess I waited long enough. I was trying to put skills on... Okay, I've got my grenades equipped. That's another thing I did before the stream was I made some grenades. Now, I want Grimoire Snap on the left, and this, do I want Missile Salvo or do I want Arcane Veil? I tend to forget to put on Arcane Veil a lot, so maybe that's the way to go. And in this menu, you can always, especially for your AoE spells, you can aim them and set them from within this radial menu in the middle of combat. Kind of similar to Greedfall. And so I think I can leave Missile Salvo there and just target it as needed. Okay, there we go. So, first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab things as I move, but I'm also gonna head to. Ultimately, I'm trying to head to some shops.
Leaves, letters won't turn.
Oh, this is a side quest. Let's pick this up.
Que larde! I'd heard a godlike had come to Paradise.
Oh, hey, Sansa. Comes on a little strong, that's all. He doesn't bite.
But to meet you, what an honor. Who is your patron? Were you drawn to this place?
Okay, so because I have high intellect, I am familiar with his work as a cartographer. I kind of want to be funny, though. I can speak to fish and shoot fire from my eyes.
You can? Wait, you're pulling my leg, aren't you? I apologize. Everyone must ask you such things. Listen, you haven't been to the wilds east of the city, have you?
Let me guess, everything there wants to kill me.
I assume that's a no? Then have you seen a cartographer in the area? A human, about my height.
Haven't done that either.
He must have gone farther than I thought. His name is Girmund. He's my assistant, and I'm worried about him. I sent him to map the eastern wilds. I knew it would be perilous, but it's been a long time since he's written, even for him.
By perilous, you mean?
Bandits, smugglers, spiders with eyes as big as plates.
You know how many so-called adventurers I've saved out there?
It's an intrepid occupation.
3, this month.
As I said, if you find him and bring me his map, I'll be glad to pay you for it. I may even have more work for you.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out for
When
it.
he last wrote, he was mapping the eastern ruins. Take the letter. It might help. If you find him, bring his work to my shop in Paradise Town. You're welcome anytime. I have quite the assortment of curios. Maybe you'll even buy one of my maps.
Alright. So,
Well,
that is side quest. I'm gonna set us back to our main quest, because we're gonna be picking up lots
that's
of
our
side
marching
quests.
orders then.
Okay. So there are some chests and stuff I'm gonna grab too, and things if I remember where they usually are. I'll just pick them up along the way. But first, let's get the shopping out of the way because it's gonna affect the quality of stuff I find.
The living lands are...
Welcome to Dawnshore, Traveler. My name is Dagerda. You seem like you could use a nice potion or a bite to eat. If you're looking for a weapon or a shield, talk to Walter over there. Just don't expect much.
Okay. So yeah, she's got food and potions. I am gonna grab some. So one thing you can never have enough of, as far as cooking ingredients go, is fruit, because you need fruit to make alcohol, most of them, and alcohol is part of how you make grenades, and I use a lot of grenades, or I certainly have in my previous times playing this game. So I'm gonna buy up her fruit. Prices are a little higher right now because I'm playing Path of the Damned. I almost never buy potions because you find so many out in the world. It's just it ends up not being worth it. And because you do so much with food. So yeah, I bought up all her fruit, and we're gonna see what weapons she has. Hopefully it's something I find useful. It sort of is random, I think.
Heading out to the wilds? Make sure you have everything you need. You don't want to...
Kai, I told you not to show your face around here again.
Come on. You're not still mad about that hunting knife, are you?
All right, no. You're clear. But you better pay up front this time.
I knew you'd come around. You miss me.
I'll let you think that. Now don't mind him. What are you interested in?
Oh, excuse me, armor. So she has lockpicks, which we're gonna need. There's no lockpicking skill. They're just a consumable. And you need, the more advanced a door or chest is, the more lockpicks you might need. So it's heavy armor, which isn't ideal, but I am gonna need it. And right now I have no money, so I am going to be selling just like a lot of things that I'm not going to be using. Anything that involves blocking, because I'm not doing a build that is really central in that, I'm going to sell. It does dexterity, crit chance, blocking. That has to do with swords, great hammers and great axes, so I can sell that. Maximum stamina and health regeneration, I might hold on to that. Health and constitution, probably worth holding on to, I don't know. These boots, I don't need just yet. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be getting all of these things back anyway. But I'm just selling off the things that I don't need for now. Crit chance, and what was the other thing I saw that had high crit chance in? Okay, that's... Oh, so it's +1 crit chance and rooting the enemy in place versus just a crit damage boost. Okay. That has to do with blocking. Poison and bleed. Carry capacity, resolve, and stamina. Power attack damage. See, you can make cases for almost all of these, no matter what your build is, but I do want to try to... I can get rid of those for now. I think you get those in the next area. Carry capacity and constitution, I'm not pressed about. Okay, I've got enough to buy the armor, but I'm also going to want to buy a weapon, is the thing. So let's see if I can... Well, no, I'll go ahead and buy the armor from her since I'm here. I know this seems like a lot, but this is going to save a lot of trouble and material scrounging and stuff later. So it's going to hurt, but I'm just going to do it.
What harm could some new armor do?
And I will put it on even though I'm not planning on playing a heavy armor class. I'm going to put it on for now. Let's transmog that. And break this down, I think. Yeah, I'll break that down for pelts. I'm going to hang on to this common robe in case I need to switch to light armor, but this will work for now. So it's heavy.
Look good and stay alive.
Which means it's going to limit my essence for now, but I need to have the higher quality thing on for what I think I've explained, reasons I've explained before.
Greetings, friend. You look like you could use a fine weapon or a sturdy shield. Not to worry, Volter is here. I don't know what Daggerda told you, but I stake my reputation on every item, and that does still mean something.
I could get into this. I'm just gonna. There's an item I can find later that will help them repair this breach in their relationship. So we'll just do that. Let's see what you have for sale. Okay, he's got an arquebus and a great hammer. Okay, he's got a quarterstaff, but I don't want to pay for something common. So let's see what else I can sell in the meantime. Oh, I can also sell some of these trinkets. Let's see. I'm gonna keep Ampara's promise just for trap things. I don't need that +3 perception just now. Intellect and perception. I'm gonna get rid of the ones that summon things as well. So the blights are kind of cool. They're a pain to fight, but they're cool. Resolve. I'm gonna keep the Statuette of Lament because it lets me breathe underwater for longer. That's just a flat perception. Chance to avoid range damage. Peerless Marksman. Damage against enemies with full health. That's kind of a one and done thing. So, yeah. This is really broken later in the game. Your crit hit chance increases with how much money you have. I don't need that right now because I'm not going to be walking around with loads of money. This conjures projectiles, damage reduction, AoE damage, elemental accumulation. I can get rid of that. +5 crit damage, I can find that elsewhere. Food restores more health, I might keep. I can get this one again very quickly, the Enchanted Soul Net. There's another quick little side quest that we can do to get this again, so I will go ahead and sell it. I want to breathe fire, but I'm gonna hang. Okay, I'm really curious about this one because I haven't used it. Let's see, max essence, second wind cooldown. I'll go ahead and sell that. That summons the spiders. Damage reduction with low health, that might be worth keeping. Damage reduction against beasts. That summons the skeletons. This summons a phantom. That's dexterity and perception. We can also get this ring back fairly quickly, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell that. That's a flat constitution boost. Damage reduction. Any of these things that are like really specific about what you use them with, I'm also going to get rid of. And let's see, we need a little bit more before I'm going to get the arquebus since I've been using a gun anyway. Let's see, stamina and move speed, that could be useful. That has the same dodge distance with a boost to stamina and move speed as opposed to the flat dexterity. I don't know, because I kind of like the look of those. So it's a general max stamina and health restoration. I'll sell that. I think I want to hang on to the health and constitution thing for now. Resistance to poison and bleed. Okay, I've got enough now. So I will get the arquebus. Oof. Okay. Oh, there's Cynric. Hello. So I will equip this, even though it is, I mean, it's higher quality, so it does more damage than the arquebus I currently have, but it doesn't have an enchantment, so it doesn't do any like frost or bullet bouncing or anything like that. But like I said, it's gonna help when I am gathering things, especially unique things. Those will be of higher quality, and that's gonna be of use for me. So. Got another side quest we might as well pick up.
I can't believe how rude everyone is around here. How hard could it be to find a watcher?
Watchers are rare individuals blessed or cursed with the ability to interact with the dead and see into the realm between life and death. Some watchers are driven mad by their gift, while others struggle to live a normal life.
That's a long way to walk. Oh well. The house is probably a loss by now. I'm clearly under some kind of curse. A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do?
Let me help.
Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. The Zorips saw to that. Come back when you've dealt with them, and make sure you get their leader, too. I'm sorry, but I don't think they'll go quietly. You'll have to kill them.
We'll get your
Thank
cabin
you.
back.
That may not be worth much coming from a stranger, but I mean it.
Alright. We may get to that today or not. I don't know. Like I said at the beginning, part of me wants to sort of like full steam ahead into the main quest stuff, but I don't know. Alright. There are miscellaneous things scattered around. I don't want to spend forever on looting stuff, but there is some stuff that it will be helpful to have. So first thing we're going to do is try to get to the top of this building, because there's, you can see the glow of a chest in there, but we can't get in through the front door. So I'm gonna go around the back and climb up. Just try to get in there. It's like I can get a little lost in the sauce when it comes to looting, and when I'm streaming, I kind of have to be more self-aware about that. So it seems like I'm sort of just like running through it. That's why I'm trying to compensate for my tendency to just like get lost in looting. Alright, so we've got a window we can get in here, and there's one chest up there. So I'm gonna do a running jump. Let's see what's here. Okay, got a mace. Most weapons it's not worth selling, and it's better to break them down. Okay, so I need to use all of my lockpicks. Hooray. I'll get one. Oh, Paradisum Ladder. That is the plants that we need for upgrade purposes. So you'll find those on the just out and about on the map, but also in chests. The next thing I want to do real quick is head to this lighthouse. Although first let me grab this plant that's over here. More Paradisum Ladder. We are going to climb to the top of the lighthouse. There's stuff up there. Treasure. So yeah, you find these treasure maps around, and you can use them to find stuff, but also you just find the treasures if you stumble across them. And one of them is here. So we are just gonna do some platforming, which this game is pretty good at. You know, it's not Dishonored in that. Well, it's not forgiving in the ways that Dishonored can be. So I find when I have somewhere like really skinny to climb, like this beam, that it helps to go into third person. I have a much harder time staying on the straight and narrow, as it were, in first person.
If this can hold me, you'll be fine. Just don't look down.
They also build a little grace in for you with like a sort of invisible ledge, that can help a lot. Okay, I want whatever is in there. It looks like it's probably an essence potion. Yeah. Grab that. There are going to be more inconveniently placed crates that we need to get rid of to get around, so but our next move is a pretty big jump. We need to get up there. So I'm gonna back up as much as I can and running start jump. See, you get a little bit of a invisible ledge there on the end to help you out. Next place I need to go is there, and you can venture out onto this branch, but that feels needlessly risky for me, so I'm just going to try to do the same thing I did before, which was running jump. Whew. Okay, I ran into that other bit of platform, and that kind of threw me off, but it's forgiving. Okay. In here, we'll find a golden plaque of promises.
Looks like that broke off of something. Wonder where it goes.
There are these totems that you can build to the different gods, and they're made of different pieces, and they have different effects, basically, once you get all of the pieces. And this one feels like... I feel like I use the one you get on this level more than the others. They have some really cool effects. Another treasure map that I believe leads to it either leads to a shield or a piece of armor. I'm pretty sure it's a shield.
I think that's upstream by the parkland wall.
Okay. Next, running jump. They really pitched this perfectly because, like, I'm not someone who is afraid of heights necessarily. I don't love them, but I can handle them. I don't get, like, vertigo or anything. But this is sort of this is kind of tense when you're doing it. If I wasn't streaming, I would probably make a save just to do some save scumming. Where is this plant that it's telling me is right here? Oh, it's up there. Okay. Grab that. Alright, we've got another running jump. Whoop! Fuck! Fuck. Oh, okay. At least I didn't fall all the way down. I'm gonna make a save. I said I wasn't gonna do it. I literally was in the middle of that sentence when I fell. It's just annoying to have to climb to the top again. Let's try that again. Whew. You see how they made it a little more forgiving. Okay. I jumped too soon, that was the thing. You have to sort of jump when you get close to it. So even if it feels like you're running out into nothing. Also, your companions can get in the way, but they also get out of the way very easily. So, you get used to it. I've heard this in game design described as the, like, Wile E. Coyote effect, where they give you they give you, like, a couple of steps out over the edge before you fall. Okay, let's try that again. This was the one. Don't jump too soon. that's what I did, is I jumped too soon. There we go. And now we just have a regular ladder. Alright, so now we're at the top of the lighthouse. Let's grab all the things. We're at the top of the lighthouse. Some unique boots that are for a wizard build, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's a little plant. No, there it is. Let's see. What are the boots I have on now? Oh, Arcanist boots. Move speed and health restoration. I like the look of them though for a light armor person. Okay. We can go back down, but also there's some conveniently placed water.
Well, nothing ventured, on boy.
So you're automatically set to scream like that when you're falling at a certain distance, even if it is into water. Alright, since we're down here, there's a few more things we can grab. That's climbable. What about you? So this is, like we've had the fire grenades so far, that is an ice one, which they put here because there is a convenient place to try it out. You can also use, you can use a grenade, you can use one of the if your grimoire has, like a, I think it's called Blizzard or something, or Ice Blade, you can shoot a bunch of ice out onto the water. The thing I want to try, they patched it out and then patched it back in. I want to try this one where you put yourself in the ring of frost and then you can it just creates ice under you. I don't know if that's still working. I know it's been going in and out of the game and I really want to try it. Oh, sweet! Oh, and it created an ice bridge. That's fun. Okay, I'm glad that's back in the game. Come on, Kai. If you don't have a spell, sometimes your weapons will do things. So, like, I think I have... Where's that dagger? Did I not get that out of my... Maybe I put it back in. Oh, Survivor's Guild. Here it is. You can also make ice with weapons that do frost damage, which is cool. And there is some platforming that requires you to do stuff like that. Anyway, let's put my wand back in. And while I'm in here, I'm gonna... Your carry weight matters, although it's pretty generous, but I'm gonna go ahead and break down some of these common things because I need upgrade materials. Or things to make grenades from. Alright. There's a couple more things to grab around here, and then I promise we'll actually, like, do some real exploring. It's just... I find this lighthouse is a useful, it's a useful hidden tutorial in platforming, and in the way that a lot of things in the game work. and so I like it's fun to, you know, get into before you do anything else. Okay. Ooh. Got a bunch of cabbage. We're gonna get the good stuff and the spoiled stuff because it's useful for brewing. Guess someone dropped some crates. Yeah. Okay. There's also a backpack hanging from there. I think I can maybe just, if I get close enough, I can maybe... Whoa! Whoa! Come on, come on. No! Damn it! Woof! Okay. Let's not do that again, shall we? Yeah. Now I can use that roasted chicken in a recipe. Let's see what I have. I'll have some oh no, the porridge isn't good. Okay, fine. I'll eat the fucking chicken. Alright. That'll overcharge my health a little bit. Okay. You can kind of... I have done this a few ways, from below or above. I'm gonna try not to just fall like that again, but I do very much want whatever is in there. There we go. Alright. I can get this intermediate platform, pick up some more cabbage. Alright. And that concludes the scavenging portion of the stream. I won't be turning my loot goblin instincts off, but, oh, you know, there's one more thing I can grab over here, but actually, I think I'll leave it. I think I'll leave it for now. Yeah, I'll leave it for now. You can also get a free weapon and some other stuff if you come over here. It's another sort of, like, way of tutorializing you. There are these flyers all around talking about fighting training, and oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. Mostly I'm just here to get a free weapon of some kind. Oop. Let me grab this stuff. There's a chest down here, so might as well. So this game is very much into rewarding exploration, and that's one reason why they put so much stuff around. They want you to look around. They want you to be curious about, you know, what's around the corner. Hold on just a second, I need to turn on the lights because the sun is going down.
Another recruit. By the flames, Cynric finds the strangest types. Oh, you do ya? If you think you're so tough, why don't you prove to me what you've got? Spar with me. I'll take on you and your big blue friend.
If you're sure, I've got plenty of reach.
I once again forgot to unmute after getting up to turn on the lights. At least I figured it out quickly. Okay. So after we do this, she'll give us a weapon of our choice.
Oh, it'll be fun. In Magran's name, prepare yourself.
Okay.
This one's mine.
So the advantage of using a wand is not really needing to aim all that much.
All right, I yield. Well done. You have passed.
Better on our feet than in the ground.
It's clear I underestimated your prowess. Fierce as a Rathoon you are, envoy. Now for your prize. Our surplus includes a large hammer, an arquebus, a spear, and a wand. What say you, huh?
I'm gonna take the arquebus because I can get more wood out of that.
Aha! It's no god hammer bomb, but it will serve you well. Fear not the flames, envoy.
Alright. You are always gonna be... As much as the plants are scarce, you also need a lot of wood or metal or leather to do your upgrades, so you can never have too much of those.
Save some skates for the rest of us.
Sorry, boys. Seems luck is on my side.
Tildy at the bathhouse, more like. I saw her give you those lucky dice.
Oh, I think you're just jealous that she likes me more than you.
If she likes you that much, why is she still charging? Shut up and roll, you two.
Okay, I think that's everything that's in here. It says there's a plant nearby, but I'll leave it. That was a little overkill. Weed. Where's in the chest? Alright. So, we have a few directions we can go in now that I've sort of handled a lot of the inventory of it all. I think I want to head over in this direction, because, yeah, there's stuff to see over there. And that's still the main quest. We'll still have that as our main quest, but, let's do some more exploring, eh? Up these stairs. Anything? Oh. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Just gonna grab one thing that the people who want every game to be Skyrim complained about is that there's no penalty for stealing, but not every game needs to be Skyrim, and so, who cares? Honestly, there are some things that this game has gone to a great deal of trouble to simplify, so that they could focus on other things, and I respect that as a design philosophy. I don't think every game needs to be a massive game changer. I don't think every game needs to redefine the genre. They just need to be like exercises in creativity that people enjoy making and interacting with. So yeah, I don't see the, you know, they're always gonna be.
I can't help it. After what happened with Felicia.
I know.
Oh wait, here's the way.
Worrying isn't going to do anything.
You're right.
But yeah, not every game needs to be, you know, it would be exhausting if every game required, you know, full intellectual engagement and redefined its genre constantly. Like,
I was here first. I'm not going anywhere.
I would find that it's unnecessary. And even if you want every game to be a massive game changer or whatever, they don't need to be identical. Like, they want it both ways. They talk about, like, wanting something, you know, innovative that breaks the mold or whatever, and then they complain about missing features, like all the things that this game does that aren't in the Elder Scrolls games, or all the games this game doesn't do. Like, the NPCs don't have schedules, they're not, like, programmed to be places at different times, and people were like, oh, that makes the world feel dead or whatever. I disagree. Unfortunately, one way they have capitulated to those people is, they have made it so that enemy camps respawn, which is a little annoying, because sometimes you're just like, I need to get from point A to point B, and it was really nice knowing that I don't have to, you know, clear a camp every single time or something, you know? But yeah. One of the many ways that this game was not given the credit it deserved. Like, I don't think it's the best game ever made. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I think it's a good game that accomplishes what it sets out to. I appreciate it has a clarity of purpose to it. In the way that it simplified certain things. You can tell that the devs knew what they wanted to do, and they made it happen. And I respect that. I think that's fine. I respect that. And I'm glad that the update has... it's the update, and it coincides with I believe it coincides with the PlayStation release. That has a lot more people talking about giving it a fair shake. Okay, there's another little platformy thing I could do. I'm not sure how interesting that is, though. One thing that is interesting is going down in this sewer, which the locals have boarded up. Oh! I didn't know I could platform onto this. Cool. I was aiming for the boat. There we go. So yeah, there's some chests and stuff. There's also some enemies, as you can see from the orange mobs there. Here. Oh, there you are, Kai. Oh, I'm out of, I'm gonna have to come back for this because I'm out of lockpicks. Fine. Okay, so there are
Right behind you.
some strategically placed.
Told you. Get out of here.
I'm absolutely gonna choose this by staying in here and hopefully taking them one at a time. Okay, one thing that happens with the shooting in certain places is that the sound gets weird, as you can maybe hear. It's not the gun isn't making the sound you would expect.
That's one time.
It's just you know, it's not perfect or bug-free either, and I would never pretend it was. But, you know, I haven't run into any game-breaking bugs before. There you are. Oof. Phantoms have an AoE. Who knew? Don't want to get caught up in that. I'm just trying to shoot you mostly. Alright. Let me grab this. This is just... I'm doing this one because I probably won't remember to come back and do it later. These crates to be gone because in order to get in here, this is kind of a pain. You have to, basically the door is blocked off and there is an explosive barrel behind it, but you have to shoot it, and it's really hard to hit it without just shooting the wall. Yeah, see? Let me try with my wand, see what that does. No. There is a unique item in there, though, so I do want to go in. Oh, this is always such a pain. I have never once gotten this in the first try. There we go. Yeah, you do always take damage. Unfortunately, but... boots and a lockpick, which is good news. Now, where is that chest that I can see? I can't get in there. I can hear something, though. Is that up there? Oh, no, I bet I do. No, wait. The chest that's up there has the little up arrow. What is this? And if I can hear it already, why can't I get it? Oh, okay. Now I know what's going on. That's the little chest. I forgot the little chests show up on the map, too. Okay,
Unless you
leave
found the
those
missing key, I can't really talk right.
for now. We're gonna get out of this little area here. So there's two things we need to establish. First and foremost, so this is the city. Got a new fast travel point.
Nice banner, ain't it? I found it on the beach, covered in bird shit. Must have washed ashore from parts unknown.
You can talk to this guy, but I think it only really matters for people who know Pillar's lore.
Sorry, Envoy. The city's under lockdown by order of the Clavager. Rumors of plague and all that.
I've already told you, the city is under lockdown. Only citizens of Paradise can enter right now.
I have traveled halfway across the world to be here. I'm not getting turned away now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so we can't get into the city yet.
I could do more. My orders.
Until the Clavager gets back, which means we need to find out where he is and what his deal is. And that's wrapped up in the main quest. There's some more things I could find along here. I'm not really impressed about it.
The downside of Adir's new arrivals. Paradise doesn't have room for everyone.
Yes, so the Adirans have arrived and basically bought up all the property.
Ever wish you could move back into Paradise?
Of course. Nothing out here but liars and thieves.
You take that back! There's some good people here.
Yeah, all getting robbed by the liars and thieves.
Okay. Main thing I want around here is there's a couple of paradising ladders scattered around that I'm going to need for upgrade purposes. And there's a little side quest I can pick up, but I don't know how interesting it is, because it just it's another sort of hidden tutorial to be like, let's introduce you to this area. Because you just have to go around gathering some stuff. Okay, so here's that ring I sold. Like I said, got it back already. And here is a paradising ladder, so I'll grab that. There's another side quest we can get, but we can also pick it up in the city. So I'll just do that.
Little shits! Flying rats! What else are you gonna take?
Fine, I'll pick this one up.
Stay back! They might circle around. I don't want you to get hurt. They've got my crew's swollen nets. The one treasure I have in this world, but no. I can't even keep that. I've climbed rigging for years. It's not like I can't fetch them myself, but... what if the birds knock me off? You're right. I suppose if you're godlike, a few birds wouldn't scare you. I'd start looking in high places around the shantytown. I don't know why they line their nests with them, but I bet that's where they are.
Hope you're limber and light on your feet. Oh, and don't mind getting pecked.
I'm not too pressed about doing that right now, although he does give you... he gives you an item that I already have. I won't mind selling a duplicate, of course, but I might just do that off stream, because it's really, all it is platforming around this area to pick up these necklace things, and can't be bothered. I'm just picking up this stuff, though, since it's here. And then I think, actually, what I'll do is just start heading toward the main quest area. Because we're going to find things in that direction, including the main quest. So, like, there's one there already. It's not hard, it's just a matter of... here's how you do all of the platforming stuff. I'm not pressed about that. This is not my first rodeo. Okay, so I want to set us to... well, that's lore. Message from afar. That's what I want. Okay. I think there's some more paradising ladder in this direction. Oh, there's also a shopkeeper who it is worth talking to, because I think he has lockpicks.
I've seen you before, haven't I? Or maybe heard someone talking about you? Welcome to my store. If I haven't got it, it can't be got.
Alright, so this is a figurine that increases fire damage. Oh, let me sell off. You'll get like jewels and stuff. That's just there to be sold off for money. I sold off that ring, right? I think I did, yeah. So I don't have duplicates of that. I'm just gonna buy some lockpicks off of them because you can never have enough. And I'll buy his fruit as well. The
supplies you need.
Shopkeepers restock every few days, but there are some items they'll only have once, like the upgrade plants. You'll only get those once, and the unique items they have, which is another reason why you want to level up your stuff as much as you can, as quickly as you can, because unique spawn at whatever level you're at, and you want them to spawn higher so you don't have to, you know, spend an arm and a leg on upgrading them yourself. I could could hear the sound, so I just decided to come over here for it. Oh, quarterstaff. Perfect. Okay, so quarterstaff situation I talked about a little bit at the beginning. So instead of your wand and actually what I'll do is instead of I like the gun and it's higher level, so it's gonna help me out right now. But the quarterstaff is a two-handed thing, so you can't have a quarterstaff and a grimoire. So you sort of have to have the quarterstaff, I think, is probably aimed more towards encouraging people to learn the spells and have them on hand, because once you learn them, you have them. You don't need the grimoire, and you can use the unique quarterstaves. All have enchantments that do sort of specific things that help with your magic. This one just does melee, but you know, sometimes it's handy to have a melee weapon. So let's see. Let me got that equipped, and so not having the grimoire, I am limited to what I have on my quick bar there and the spells that I know that I can pull up, which is why it's worth unlocking some spells. I'm curious about how this is going to go, because I think basically there's one of the non-wizard.
You can't beat the view.
The non-wizard build I'm trying to do would be based around a quarterstaff. That's sort of the key to it. So that'll determine how much of my skill points I'm putting into actually learning the spells, as opposed to just being able to use a lot of grimoires. Also, I actually think part of the reason they put the quarterstaff in
looks nice from out
is A, people ask for it, and B,
all you want. Or Doc Folk.
I think they wanted to shake up people's playstyles a little bit. And in New Game Plus, because you have all of these points already, you can afford to sink more points into learning the spells themselves and not having to use a grimoire. So, in fact, let's, in honor of getting this quarterstaff, let's unlock minor missiles. Let's get 2, because it'll shoot 5 missiles. So that's just like a general tracking missile thing, which could probably work well with missile salvo. I should probably know at least one frost. Let's do this, since I have these in the... I find these very useful, these shields. Since I have them in that grimoire, if I'm gonna use that, I can cast them a level higher with the grimoire, basically. So if you use a grimoire, you never have to upgrade anything past level 2. I think because they wanted to encourage people to try upgrading their spells all the way, the quarterstaff was their way of making that happen, and I think that's interesting. I see a chest. Oh, yes, it's over there. I don't think I can quite get over there. Is there anything back here? There's a note. Oh, it's about someone losing their property because of all of the adherents. I don't think I can quite jump up there. No, I was supposed to mantle off of something else. Fine. So as you can see, there's a day-night cycle. You can change the time of day whenever you want at camp. You can leave and change it to morning, or you can leave in the evening. Really, it's just about what you want to do.
We're stuck here thanks to the shutdown.
Does he get any?
So yeah, this is melee, two-handed melee. I'm curious to see about the damage it does. Ooh, okay, so it has a nice heavy overhead as a power attack. Okay, interesting. So yeah, in this way, I would still need to, you know, go into my menu and pick the spells that I don't have on my bar, but that's kind of fine. I wonder, should I put minor missiles on the bar so I can use it quickly? Maybe. Yeah, because I can always go into the... If I'm going to do the quarterstaff thing, I want the fighting to feel fluid. And so if I need to use the disappearing spell, I'll just go into the menu. Alright, there's a plant out here. That's the main reason I was coming out this way. Because, again, cooking is a big deal. Now, there is one unique weapon that I could grab on an island right by here. That one right there that I'm centered on pointing at. I am not going there because it is a very, very difficult fight.
With all the new folks in town, it's been harder to get a good day's catch.
There's a lot of incentive to do it on your first playthrough, because if you're, especially, so my very, very, very first playthrough, I was doing a pistol, like a pistol and grimoire build, like the gun-toting holy man, and in order to do that, I really wanted this access to this particular gun, because it basically became the pistol that carried me through the entire game. I just had to, well, into all of that game that I played, I just had to keep upgrading it. I didn't end up finishing that playthrough because I got distracted by stuff. Okay, we got some phantoms that I can just lure. Come on. What then? I'm kind of curious about how this... Oh, Kai is down there getting into it. Okay. Okay, that's respectable. Oh, there's no light and... I just wasted grenades. For no reason.
Good fight.
So, yeah, in this game, the button to throw your grenades is the same as if in, say, Lies of P or another game, you wanted to do a light hit instead of a heavy one. But this one just has, you have your regulars, and then you hold it for heavy. And I need to remember that, so I don't waste all my grenades. Okay, I also want to grab, see there's this plant on top of this structure here. I very much want that. Nope. Because it's there's only a few in the game, and they give you a 20% increase damage bonus and a 20% decrease in damage taken. They are very useful for certain fights where you're just dying. There we go. I'll grab that, and that'll be it for now. I think maybe we should go back to camp. Which I can fast travel to, but I might also come across something on the way. So, because we haven't been along the water very much yet. Oh, it's nice to be playing a game where your stamina isn't affected by just like running across the map. Again, Lies of P. I like it as a game, and I'm not like... I'm someone who is more intellectually intrigued by Souls games than I am drawn to actually playing them. But I like that Lies of P, the world is less... It's not grimdark. You know, it doesn't have the grimdark of... It's like if you took Bloodborne and put it in a less grimdark, but still pretty grim world. It's just, you know, psychologically grim and existentially grim, which is, you know, its own thing, but I personally believe it's fine to be turned off by the aesthetics that the vibes of the aesthetics that a game is designed with, and yeah, I never begrudge anyone that. So if they're games that I like that are just like not, like they don't like the graphics, whether they think they're too like cartoony or too hyper-realistic or whatever, you know, I think we all have preferences with games, and sometimes people will minimize the importance of having aesthetic preferences, and I don't think that's fair. And that's my rant about aesthetics and stuff. Anyway, let's grab this stuff. The game very much wants me to upgrade some armor. Like, I'll get XP for it. Okay. So yeah, your companions also have an ability tree you can level up, so keep an eye on that. When it says you have when it says you have unspent points, make sure that there aren't any, excuse me, for your companions. So yeah, the game very much wants me to upgrade some armor. I'm gonna be careful about what I choose though, because, sorry, I've just got lots of things to break down. I think what I will do is upgrade one of the heavy armors, because I'm not going to be wearing those. Okay, so I have this Trent family Brigandine. It has been, this was my main armor for the majority of my fighter playthrough. It increases your companion, the damage your companions deal, and damage you deal, and it's just very useful for damage reduction, especially as you upgrade. Now, this is not going to be available until the next region, I believe, and if I play my cards right, I will be able to get this armor in at least purple quality. You can get to Superb by the time you finish the second section. It's not easy. You have to be kind of hyper-focused on getting materials together, but you can do it, and if you do want to devote your attention to that, if you're the kind of player who likes to be a little over-leveled, maybe, especially for armor, if you're not great at like keeping an eye on your health or whatever, that can be worth doing. And like I've said before, it increases the quality at which the things you find later are upgraded. So instead of just upgrading a common thing, I want to upgrade the this because I believe it's either easier or you get more of your materials back if you do it on a unique. And I'm going to be breaking down uniques anyway. So that's what we'll do. I will just do one level in this.
Nice work. That'll help against whatever we face out there.
So that got that quest off of my log, and what was the other thing I wanted to do in this? There was another thing that I wanted to do related to this, but oh, I know. Okay, so another ability I'm gonna go ahead and put points in, and I should have done earlier, is Scavenger. Now, because I have all of these points, I was under the impression that I actually had to get to level 10 myself in order to do it, but you can just put the points in here already when you're doing New Game Plus. So I'm going to unlock that because it gives you a chance to find more materials when you're like out gathering stuff, and it lowers the cost of upgrading. And you want to do that as soon as you can, because say you put a lot of materials into something and you decide you're going to break it down later on. If you unlock this later, you won't get as much back. So like if you had to put 4 Paradise and Ladder into it, and then you unlock this and you break it down later, you'll only get what the new lower cost is. You'll only get that back. I'm pretty sure how that works. That's how that works. So that's why I want that. Since I'm doing this quarterstaff stuff, is there anything else I want to... I've got those protection spells. If I want to do distance, I can use my gun. Let's stick another point in Grimoire Snap while we're here. There are also some abilities that increase your wand damage, but I don't know if I'm going to be using a wand or not, so... also, I can cook a little. Some of the stuff you do on this screen is breaking things down, and some of it is putting it back together. Now, I do want more grenades. Got a lot more metal than I did before. How am I on? Okay. I just, like, if we're gonna go to do that, that main quest fight, I do want to be prepared. So, let's make as much booze as we can so that I can make some more grenades, and then I will make some more food items. Okay, got lots of grenades. I've got 5 grog. I don't think we're going to be facing loads of poison. She said, hubristically. Yeah, let's go ahead and get 6 porridge. So the porridge and stew are functionally the same, but it really just depends on what ingredients you have. The porridge only requires 2 ingredients, and the stew requires 3. But you can use more things. So, like, the porridge is gone now because I don't have everything, but I have stuff to make stew. So, sure, why not? Just want to make sure I can heal as needed. The fruitful wine is useful if you're... I mostly, especially in this playthrough, I'm going to be making it so that I can use it to make grenades, because it's the most efficient way to make booze. But it's helpful if you're a fighter. The Florian rice wine is good for stamina if you anticipate that you're going to have to do something that requires a lot of attacks. It's always good to have a jug or 2 of that. This cookie boosts your perception, dexterity, and movement speed, so probably best for your, like, rangers who do a lot of range fighting. I probably don't need that. This tea is good for... it gives you higher max essence and increases the recovery rate, so that can be useful to have, but I think that's probably all the cooking I want to do. I want to do some more fighting with this staff before I decide if that's the archetype I want to go with or not, because once I do make my mind up, I will be able to spend more of those points in a way that is, you know, in a certain direction. Thus far, I've just been sort of opening up things that I'm pretty sure I'm going to use anyway, but eventually, like, if I'm going to be married to this quarterstaff thing, I will want to start putting a lot more points into spells. Or getting weapons that have the same effect. So fire, ice, and shock weapons. Sometimes there are puzzles that need you to use one of those elements. And for that, you're going to want access to stuff. Now, Kai can burn things for you if he's with you, but not everyone keeps him the whole time. So, you know, there are options. There's also over here, I'm probably going to want to start leaning into a particular element eventually. I'm thinking maybe frost, because I like like freezing people is another way, like the vines, to sort of do crowd control. And also, once I get the kick unlocked, I think that'll be fun to, you know, freeze someone and then kick them into a bunch of pieces so they shatter. Anyway, let's get back out there. Okay, we got about a half hour or so. At least I think so based on when I started the stream. Oh, I have to go over here because...
Clearly his tits. Someone was actually brazen enough to sneak into the camp for this. This.
People are angry. They can't see how much good we've done for everyone since we got here. They'll come around, though.
Yeah. I just hope Inquisitor Ludwig and the Steel Garrote don't see this and take matters into their own hands.
Agreed. Nobody deserves to die for this. And that's exactly what would happen to those bloody fools.
So yeah, the locals have put up some protest art. I don't think I have to talk to her. No. She's just there to sort of give you the lay of the land. If you...
Target is the depth. Oh, look, Parodies and Ladder. When heated, the resin forms a hard coat that strengthens weapons and armor.
Yes, thank you. I've done some things slightly out of order, so the game is still going to try to tutorialize me. Oh, I have a companion point. Let's... Oops. Let's give Kai... I've already got... when it reset my points, it didn't reset him, so his stuff is how I left it. This is his main defensive skill. This is his main like range skill. This is a good way of him for like to like deal with crowds. He can sort of jump into them and do damage to everyone. And this is sort of this is him healing himself, because he has a second wind as well. Not every companion does, but he does. Let's see, ignites the target. Great. I'm gonna give him the greatly increases the amount of stun dealt, because stun is so useful. Like, I have all of these grenades. They're not really for damage. They're more for stun. They certainly do more stun than they do raw damage, and if you need to stun someone so you can get off one of your special attacks, especially if you have a build built around your special attacks, or a weapon or a trinket or whatever built around your special attacks, you'll want to be stunning people a lot, and the grenades are good for that. Okay, so we've got... Oops, I don't want him to see me yet. We've got a couple of Zarups in here. Seems like a waste to pull out my missiles. I think I'll just shoot them. So he's the one that's noticed me. He's easy to one-shot because this is a fine quality weapon, and we're mostly using common stuff right now. We're mostly, like, this is if I had done things in the anticipated order, I probably wouldn't have a fine weapon, so. Oh, Kai is out there.
That's one for us.
Gather up everything there is to be gathered here. Oh, there's stuff up there. I have to climb again. That's right. That's why I was trying to stay up there, is because I knew I would need to climb again. Because there's no ladder. Yeah, you'll need parts from Zarups and bears and other... I think they put them in the category of beasts in order to do enchantments, basically. And certain upgrades, like upgrading your grimoires, which is a whole thing that I'm probably not going to bother with at any point. Okay, so we've got our waypoint there, but we're just going to keep moving along. Someone wrote a letter home. Okay, there's another little fight we can have over here. As a bear. Bears are very high damage. At least I remember them being high damage, but they're not... They also don't have loads of health. So, generally, if a fight has a bear, you want to immobilize it, and then maybe while your companions are fighting other enemies, you will want to deal with the bear. So.
Sink!
Oh, my missiles were not aimed. Oh, let's put on the shield. Hello, you. Oh, let me... Oh yeah, I have... So, the shield I have upgraded to a level where it will, bounce projectiles back, which is fun. I forgot to mention that. Ah, there you are. So yeah, Kai has his second wind, which can also do damage when he does it. Which is fun. Oh, the vines look cool. The way they sort of fractal into each other. Thanks for the stuff. Hazing. Bring us a bear egg. Okay, well. That guy was not brilliant. So yeah, in the past this would just stay like this, but I guess I'm gonna have to come back and check to see when they respawn. Alright, let's keep going. I don't think... Down to about 20 minutes. I'm not sure if I want to squeeze in the main story quest in like the last 20 minutes. I think maybe we'll just clean stuff up on our way to it.
This used to be a good fishing spot until something started dragging people away.
Something like those enemies on my, oh, just... No, spotty connection.
One for you!
Beetles can put status effects on you in addition to the raw damage, I think. Oops. Thank you for interrupting its attack. Okay. You got it? There we go. He's not doing loads of damage right now, but honestly, that's fine, because he will do more later. And, I don't know, your companions are mostly useful for crowd control stuff. So there's this grass you can hide in, and I see some over there, which must mean there's enemies. So let's just try to sneak over that way. Oh, there's a fight already happening. Zarups versus spiders, I think. Oh, they just took down that beetle. Cool. Let's get this guy, I think. I don't know what his movement is. He may not move now that their fight is over.
Quick and quiet.
Show me what you got.
I don't know about quiet, Kai. This gun is pretty loud. It's quick. There he is. So he's not going anywhere. So it makes the spiders look, the arachnophobia mode makes them look like spiky balls with two swords, which is a fun way of doing that, I guess. I think, yeah, there's some more enemies around the way here, though.
Even Pargrunan walls can't stand against this place.
Oh, yeah, there's this nice kind of scenic ruin. Gonna grab this plant. And we'll fight whoever was over here. Yeah, there we go. More beetles. Okay. Oh, and a forager.
How'd you do that?
This gun is going to be less effective as we move along, because the enemies are kind of scaled. They have, like, enemies they think you'll face before you face other ones, so even though they're all in this level, they're not all of the same difficulty. And that includes the main quest stuff. So, yeah, this gun is very effective now. Once we get into the city, it's probably going to be less effective. Okay, there's another fast travel point. Oops, did I not get everything? Just carrying a fish randomly. What's this plant? I see some enemies. There's also a chest over there. I think I'd rather go from the side, because if I remember correctly, this is an area with a lot of Zarups hanging around. Oh, there's a unique down there which I can get. But I'm going to need to swim for it, and so I'm going to put on this, where is it? Statuette of Lament. You get this in the second zone, and it lets you breathe for twice as long, basically. Which is helpful, because there are some parts of the game where you have to dive for things. Where is the... I know it's around here. There's like an entrance to get under this. Oh, here we are. Yeah, and it's nice knowing that you're out of air. So this is a unique shield. Wind and wave. This is one of the things we found the treasure map for. Move speed and resistance to frost. I'm not going to be using a shield anyway, but I can break that down if I want to upgrade something. Which right now I don't really. If I find a unique wand or a unique quarterstaff, I'll upgrade it, but... Let's head back the way we were going. Oh, spider webs.
Unseen, unheard.
I Can't see them either, though.
Looks like spiders nearby.
Yeah. I can tell. Thanks, Kai. Okay.
Hargrunnen built these walls and much of Paradis centuries ago. Much of their work still stands.
The Pargrunnen in this world are like the dwarves. You know fantasy. Building and stuff. So a lot of the ruins are dwarven. But there are still dwarves in the world. They just live somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, we've got some spiders over there and some Zareps over there. Let's start with the spiders.
Nice.
From
You're
far
mine
away.
now.
So they can spit poison at you, which is not fun. Obviously. They don't look spidery, but that's on purpose, because arachnophobia. I'll always appreciate a game that has an arachnophobia mode. That's a straightforward accessibility thing you can do. You don't even have to, like, they didn't work especially hard on the design here. They just put the texture over a couple swords. I actually wouldn't be surprised if this was like the base model for the spiders and they built everything else on top of it. You know, you can people just don't want to look at a spider. That's the main thing. And so you can make it whatever. You can replace it with other enemies.
Stand back.
There are workarounds, and it's one of the more common phobias, so I don't see the harm in... Some people whine about it, but, like, whatever. Like, you shouldn't expect them to cater to every... But, like, a lot of people are afraid of spiders, okay? And they want to make sales, so... Anyway, we're coming up on some Zareps. There's a whole camp across the path over there. I don't really want to get mixed up in that, but we do have these here. I'm gonna hit the Elder because the Elders, and there's a couple of other titles, they can heal everyone, so you want them out of the way as quickly as possible. Eventually, when you upgrade the vines, they will. I think there's something you can do where the vines will do stun damage. Ow! Die! Okay. And I should probably eat. I didn't eat anything before the fight. Okay, we still got 2 on the map here. So let me deal with him, so he can stop healing his friend. Oh, we got a really strong guy. Let's go. And then I will miss him. Let's see how these misses do. Ooh! They do a good amount of damage. Oops. Ow! Trying to remember to show off my abilities. And
Who's ready for more?
In that, I am getting distracted in the middle of fights. Oh yeah, I feel like that was a good use of some of the magic abilities. I think I like the feel of this. The casting looks a little different when you use a wand, but I don't hate this. I like being able to whack them with a stick if they get close to me. But still focusing on casting. That said, there's something very elegant about the casting, especially the special attacks when you are using a wand, that I might decide is still worth, maybe I think I'll stick with this until I find a unique wand, maybe that's the way to do it. And then from there I can decide if I want to, because you can always reset it. It costs money, but you can always reset your points. Ooh, speaking of which, let's see, I've been doing a fair amount of shooting, so perception would not go amiss. But might is just a flat damage boost. Attack speed and action. Being able to cast quickly is also probably going to be even more than having a larger essence bar. Being able to cast ooh, although crit chance. I do like an increased crit chance. And maximum range. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So with my bonuses, everything is above 5 now. Without the bonuses, it's still a little below. But, yeah. Let me see what time it is. Alright, we are getting close to 2 hours, which means I don't want to do the main quest thing. I don't want to get pulled into that yet. Grenades. Scorched Journal. Oh, I remember this. There's this, like, fire-obsessed, magic user who... Yeah, pyromancer, there we go. Who has something in this chest, but we need the key before we can get it. So I think...
Bad luck to hang around a graveyard. Maybe we should move on.
There's another little encounter in here. There are ways to...
Graveyard. Reincarnating as rats would be a step up.
Yes, Kai, you say as I rob a grave. There are ways you can, if you talk to people, you can get some of your opponents to leave. So let's try to do that.
Well, I'll be damned. You lads see this? A blasted godlike in the flesh.
That's no godlike. There aren't any godlikes around anymore.
Seriously, Tiny? Do you not see that face? Use your fucking eyes for once.
I still don't like it when you call me that.
Tiny's got a point, though. Thought your kind had vanished.
Clearly not.
Though, I don't recognize whose godlike you are, with whatever that is on your face. Now, is there a reason you're here, besides being a pain in my ass and holding up our job?
Let's be sarcastic.
Then I recommend you look around elsewhere. No need for this to get ugly.
Go find your own grave to loot. This is our claim.
You seem nervous. Can we work something out?
We can? I mean,
Nope, Don't you pull this shit again, Tiny.
This was all the boss's idea, not mine. I never even wanted to be a looter. Man's gotta eat.
You little shit!
You have until your friends are dead. I'd get moving.
These aren't even my friends. Ma never liked them.
You know this was your last chance, Tiny. If I ever see you again.
Whoops.
Coming for ya! Good one!
That's him down. Oh yeah, those missiles. People used to complain that they didn't do enough.
Another down.
Those missiles are nice. I don't know what people are talking about. Maybe they buffed them. Okay, so let's get everything there is to get here, and then we can get on the road to the main quest. We're very close to the entrance to where it all starts, but let's grab whatever's in here. Axes. Yeah. Axes are kind of, at least last time I tried to use one, they weren't great, because they're slower than a dagger, but they don't really have loads more reach. So, yeah. There's an ice axe that you get later that can be useful if you don't have the ice dagger. In fact, I think you can get the ice axe on, I think it is this, I'm like 80% sure it's this level. this area where you can get the ice axe. But the dagger is in the next region. Okay, so...
I'll never rob a grave again, I swear.
Good, go home to your mom. Okay, so there's that. This is sort of the direction to that lady we talked to earlier's cabin, so we don't want to go that way. We'll grab this plant since I'm right here. And I don't want to go through here
Zarps.
because, yeah.
They may be small, but they'll overwhelm you if you're not careful.
There's a Zarp camp, and there's a straighter shot anyway. If we go back out the way we came, there's a straighter shot into what they call the tangle route? Strangle route. It's right there on the screen, actually. Okay. So yeah, we took out everyone who normally hangs out around here, so I don't have to worry about that. Seed plant. So I will want to grab that. Okay, there's something over there. We don't have to fight it just yet, though. So just keep your eye on the prize. Okay, we got another fast
Violets are
travel
getting
point.
deadlier by the day, but people have to eat.
How's my weight right now? Okay, not as bad as I was expecting. I can still break some stuff down. So, ingredients don't count to your carry weight. It's just, armor and weapons. Like, usable armor and weapons. Okay. I'm just thinking about the fight that's coming, and I can make decisions around that later. Because we're not doing it this stream. Okay. There's this bear. Seek! Oh, I didn't. I wasn't close enough to aim. Oh no, they did hit eventually. So yeah, you see how much stun that added, and it knocks them down sometimes. Geometry! Oof. There we go. Gotta remember to start looking at combat areas before I just run in at whatever's there. Okay. So. What time is it? Okay, we're coming up on 2 hours. Oh, there's another bear that's going to attack us. Oh, there's a second one! Oh no! Okay, shoot!
Seek!
Yeah, those missiles are alright. I'm gonna have to check to see if they buffed them, because I remember loads of
A
people.
rot seeps through here. Who poisons us? We cannot see.
I remember a lot of complaints about those. Oops. So let's just grab everything that's out here before we go in. And there's a plant that says... Alright. So, on this intriguing, inviting, terrifying looking shot, I think we should probably call the stream here. Next time we'll head in there and figure out what happened to the ambassador who we need to meet with, and the claviger, which is the mayor of Paradise, basically, who Kai is trying to track down. And when we get in there, we will learn some more about the world. But I'm pleased with, I didn't know exactly how like what direction I was going to head in the stream, so I'm pleased that we got a quarterstaff, so I can play with that a little bit. I'm liking the feeling of like the sorcerer kind of feeling, that like, but that is gonna mean putting more points in wizard abilities, which is fine. Yeah, I've got decent ones here already. So yeah, we will leave it here, but it was fun to dip back in here. And thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.